Good afternoon. Welcome to Rwpcs News. The right news.
The right way.
I'm Shaka Williams.
And I'm Shanquelle Dennis. Last week, we mentioned that October marks Breast Cancer Awareness Month. In addition, it is also Bullying Prevention Awareness Month. According to Suicide Awareness Voices of Education, suicide will take the lives of nearly 40,000 Americans. If you or someone you know are being bullied, please tell someone, because you're just as guilty if you see it taking place and don't say anything.
For the past month, several students here at Rwpcs have been working on a special project with women's veterans that have served our country.
14 years ago, Congress created the Veterans History Project as a part of the American Folklife Center at the Library of Congress, which is one of the world's most respected research and cultural institutions. The mission is to collect, preserve, and make accessible the personal accounts of American wartime veterans and better understand the realities of war. I had a chance to speak with Ms. Santos about how this project came about for the RWPCS students.
So from the Black Tie Gala, one of the attendees, who's from WHUR, she attended, and she's a producer for WHUR. So we talked, and then we developed a relationship, which then she actually forwarded me an email from Congresswoman Edwards' office about the Veterans History Project. And so then we cultivated that relationship, and Congresswoman Edwards' office actually invited us to join in the Veterans History Project.
The project is year-round and conducted by volunteers from all across the country, including students in the 10th and above. We also talked to RWPCS News anchor Shanquelle Dennis and asked her about her experience on working on the project.
Working on the Veterans History Project was kind of difficult at first because I didn't know what I wanted to ask them. Eventually, I became really comfortable with them, and I knew exactly what I wanted to ask. My mom is a veteran herself, so it was an experience that was very dear to my heart.
Once the products have been properly received, they are entered into the Library of Congress for future research use for the next generation. We thank you, RWPCS, for helping to preserve history for the Library of Congress Veterans History Project. I am Silas Leach for RWPCS News.
Wow, what a powerful project to be involved with.
Yes, it was. I'd like to give a big shout out to Ms. Santos, the Journalism and Media Arts Coordinator, for ensuring that all of our students are involved in media projects outside the normal school day. Thank you.
Last year, students had a chance to visit the White House for their first film symposium. This year, they had another opportunity to visit the White House. Here's Isaac Jackson with the story.
RWPCS students had a chance to visit the White House while learning the importance of committing to their education. In October, the White House hosted its first fashion education workshop, which connected 150 students with leading fashion professionals ranging from designers to magazine editors to fashion technologists. The event had 5 workshops, which were inspiration, construction, journalism, wearable technology, and entrepreneurship. Each workshop was led by several various members of the fashion industry, including Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx, Zach Posen from Season 12 of Project Runway, and Philip Lim, who turned a pillow into a purse. The workshops were followed by a luncheon where the First Lady shared some remarks while sitting with students, including RWPCS 10th grader London Easter.
I was actually at the same table as her. Like, we all came down, we had our names on the cards, and one of the boys sitting beside me was like, "Oh wait, this says Ms. Obama on it." And I was like, he's joking, but I looked over and it had her name. So when they called her in, she came and spoke, and then she sat beside me, and then when it was time to go, she came and touched my shoulder, and then she hugged me, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I was starstruck.
First Lady Michelle Obama visited one of the workshops, which RWPCS senior Jordan Robinson attended. She was eager to speak with us about her experience with the First Lady while visiting the White House.
Apparently, when I looked up, because I heard a mysterious voice said, "Oh, what are we doing here today?" And I said, "Oh, we're just making a shirt over." And then I look up, and it's just Michelle Obama. And I was like, "Oh my God, Michelle Obama." And then she was all like, "Oh my God, student." And I was just like, "Can I get a selfie with you?" And she said, "No, not right now. I don't want to disturb you from your work."
What an honor it was for students to be invited a second time, and hopefully many more. I am Isaac Jackson for RWPCS News.
Juniors and seniors here at RWPCS took a college road trip to Fayetteville State University for the 2014 fall preview. Here's the story.
College, college, college. The words that seniors have dreamt about all of their lives. For some students here at Richard Wright, seeing a college campus has turned their dream into a reality. This past Saturday, a group of about 40 students, juniors and seniors, attended the first college tour and open house of the year at Fayetteville State University.
Well, I feel grateful because I was awarded a chance to go to this university and see what it was like, and now I have more options open to me, and it was just an all-pleasant experience.
Fayetteville State University is a historically black regional university in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Students accompanied by Mr. Young and Mr. Bussey took the 5+ hour bus trip so that students could have a glimpse of college life and the possibility of becoming a FSU Bronco.
Well, it was a good experience. It's not every day that you get to go about 200 miles away and go visit a college, especially on a Saturday.
FSU students encouraged RWPCS students to take full advantage of the great things that were happening on the campus that day. During the visit, RWPCS students were able to see the FSU cheerleading team and other social clubs, organizations, and Greek letters, sororities, and fraternities perform. Some students even got a chance to play basketball with the FSU college team.
I was impressed with myself because I didn't know I could play that good.
It appears as if some students are actually considering going to Fayetteville State University. Well, to some degree. I'm Janiyah Pearson for RWPCS News.
And now let's go to Miss Young Folk and Mr. Fagan for the Right News Reading Corner.
Good afternoon, Richard Wright. I'm Pearl Cole, standing in for Ms. Young Folk.
And I'm Eugene Haynes, standing in for Mr. Fagan.
Welcome back to our third week of the Right News Reading Corner. Today we are going to present to you the new vocabulary word for next week. And what else, Eugene?
We also would like to remind you of the reading strategy and the reading initiatives for the month of October.
Our vocabulary word for this week is extrapolate.
Hold up. Last week, someone else in my position got put on the spot for the same thing. How about this? I give them the definition, and you give them the sentence.
Okay.
Deal. Extrapolate means to project, extend, or to expand into a known or unknown experience.
Let's see. In order to finalize our report, we need to extrapolate on our experiences with this material. See? Told you.
Moving right along. The reading strategy for the month of October is effective questioning.
And remember, our reading initiatives, Dear Time and Teen Reading Week. We encourage you to pick up your favorite book by your favorite author and read for 20 minutes or more each night or during Dear Time. Dear Time will be from 2:55 to 3:15 every day next week.
And don't forget that Miss Young Folk and Mr. Fagan are giving away first and second prize if you complete a book report about your book. You can find out what the report should look like if you stop by the library. I think that's all for this week. Pearl?
Yes, but we look forward to seeing you again next week. I'm Pearl Cole.
And I'm Eugene Haynes. Remember to read it, enjoy it, and do it.
Thank you, Pearl and Eugene.
Welcome to another edition of Spartan Sports Zone, where we give you the latest news in Spartan sports. First up is the flag football team. Taking their first loss of the season against Maya Angelou Public Charter School, the score was 14-12.
In basketball, Spartans beat Luke Seymour over the weekend. The score was 43-29. Juniors Jaquan Jackson and Desmond Lawson both scored 15 points, so kudos to them.
Outside of Richard Wright sports, 16-year-old Julian Jones, who was a highly regarded Alabama high school football player, died Monday from an apparent suicide. He is also the son of former NFL player Anthony Jones, who was an emerging tight end. Jones just wasn't your average football player. He was 6'5" and weighed 235 pounds. Oh, and not to mention, he had athleticism. Mississippi State, Auburn, and South Carolina were looking at this guy. No one knows why he did what he did, he just did it. But with it being Bullying Month, no form of hazing or bullying should be condoned in any shape, form, or fashion. It is unethical, and no one deserves to be treated with this harsh intent. On behalf of Richard Wright, we send our prayers and condolences to the Joneses family. But speaking of football, Spartans took yet another loss against Silver Oak Academy. The score was 40-0. But today, they have a chance to redeem themselves against National Collegiate Prep. For more details, see the coaching staff.
Here's Sharon Mazzo with the Latin Moment.
And the Latin Moment this week is all about reading and writing in honor of Teen Reading Week. The word is literature, which means different writing such as poetry, novels, essays, biographies, and histories. The word comes from the Latin word literatura, meaning learning of writing, grammar, originally writing formed with letters, from litera, letter. So let's read that literature.
And that's all we have here today. Join us for another edition of The Right News.
The Right Way.
I'm Shaka Williams.
And I'm Shanqua Dennis, and we're going to leave you with this quote. Violence is a personal necessity for the oppressed. It is not a strategy consciously devised. It is the deep instinctive expression of a human being denied individuality. Have a great weekend.
And see you next week.